The smile that shook Sokoto. Hello, my fellow lovers of freedom and truth. Welcome back to the news desk. And I have something for you that we haven't seen in nearly 3 months. We are talking about a smile. Reports coming live from the Sokoto Correctional Center tell us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in high spirits. He is courageous, he is happy, and for the first time in a long time, the man serving a life sentence is overwhelmed with joy. Now, you might be asking, why would a man in chains be smiling? Well, darling, it's because the pathways to freedom are finally starting to align. The January 27th showdown. We are just 6 days away from January 27th, the day the Federal High Court in Abuja will reconvene to hear the case for Kanu's relocation. If you remember, back on December 8th, the court told Kanu's lawyers they weren't quite fit and proper with their documents, but the defense has spent the last month sharpening their legal knives, and they are coming back with a vengeance. The goal? To move Kanu from the isolation of Sokoto to a facility closer to his legal team, either Kuje in the FTC, Suleja in Niger State, or Kefi in Nasarawa. These aren't maximum security prisons like Sokoto, they're medium security, meaning the quality of life, the access to medical care, and the ability to meet his lawyers will be upgraded instantly. The Trump factor. Now, here's the spicy bit. Why is the court suddenly more likely to grant this move? 2 words: Donald Trump. Recent reports of missile strikes in the Sokoto region, allegedly from U.S. interests targeting specific threats, have automatically categorized Sokoto as a non-safe state. The federal government used to argue that Sokoto was secure and lawful, but after those missiles landed, that argument went up in smoke, literally. Kanu knows this. The prisoners in Sokoto know this. If a location is a combat zone or a target of international missiles, you cannot legally keep a high-profile property of the court there. The government has a duty to safeguard his life, and right now, the safest place for him is much closer to the capital. The 7 reasons for relocation. Kanu lawyers Aloy Ejimakor and Maxwell Opara have filed 7 massive reasons why this relocation must happen. Distance. Sokoto is too far, violating his right to a fair hearing. Access. His attorneys can't easily reach him to prepare his appeal. Security. The recent instability in the north makes the facility a risk. Health. The medical facilities in Sokoto aren't equipped for his specific needs, and the list goes on. The federal government tried to say the court doesn't have the power to micromanage prison locations, but Justice Omotosho knows that if he gave the order to send him there, he has the jurisdiction to give a counter order to bring him back. It's legal logic 101. The global wave. But the real reason for Kanu's smile is the sheer volume of support waiting for him. There are over 1 million people, from international advocates to local supporters, ready to visit him the moment he is moved to a more accessible location like Abuja or Nasarawa. This isn't just a relocation, it's a strategic win that puts him back in the center of the political and legal conversation. The final verdict. So, is he free yet? No, but as the saying goes, a win is a win, even if it's just a change of scenery. For a man who has been isolated in the far north, being brought back to the heart of the country is a massive step toward his ultimate goal: total freedom. Stay tuned to this channel because January 27th is going to be explosive. We'll be there for the live update to see if Justice Omotosho finally puts his stamp on that relocation order. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? You're missing out on the most authenticated news on the web. Hit that button, turn on the bell, and I'll see you at 2 p.m. today for our next bombshell report. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.